guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hidden Dragon. Now hopefully this one is going to follow directly on from the one from earlier. Just a couple of things before we get into today's game, and we see some highlights of course of the other games. Firstly, I know in the ident thing some of the text was a bit fast. Basically originally the plan was that there was going to be a voiceover for it as well, but unfortunately with the beta being pushed up as quickly as it was, I didn't have time to get if I hadn't have done that today, I wouldn't have been able to get it out with the voiceover until like tomorrow, and I just didn't want to wait 2 days to get it out. I did slow it down a little bit, but most of the text wasn't actually supposed to be read. It was just for filler, so to speak, but it was the headline bits that were the most important bit, and I hope most of you understood that, but obviously it hasn't gone out yet, so I won't really know, but I hope that's going to be the case. I know that there's going to be some people that will want to read it all, but it's just quite difficult because I didn't want to make the episode too long, and plus it would look a bit jumpy if I slowed it down too much. Anyway, let's have some highlights of the games we've played so far so you can kind of see how we got to this point, and then I'll take you through kind of what's been going on after that. So I'll see you guys in a sec. To Ledley, we're bringing a bit of pace now. Ramsey, can he slip one through for someone? He's going to go alone here. Vokes is in. Vokes, he scores. Cyprus 0, Wales 1. Huge goal. A win away in Cyprus could give us a real good chance of qualifying. Sam Vokes with the goal. And there we go. Cyprus 0, Wales 1. We may have only had one shot on target, but it did go in, and that's the main thing. My goodness. Denea, ball in, Chester's clearance. Wilson, comes down to Hazard and he smashes it in the back of the net. 2 minutes gone and Belgium have the lead with their first shot of the game. This is going to be a tough one, guys. It really is, with the injuries as well. Well, there we go. We've actually only lost 1-0 in the end, which is not a bad result. The annoying thing is, though, Israel were 3-1 down at home to Cyprus and have won 6-3. That could have been a huge result if it had gone the other way. Pircic, he's inside. Dzeko, it's a goal for Bosnia. Damn it. Not a good start for Wales here, but we've got to rely on other results at the moment to get us into that final match. Here we go, guys. We lose 1-0 on another day with the one that bobbled along the line. We could have had a draw there, and that would have been massive for us. Still sorting out the tactic a bit, though. Right, we're back. I'm not going to set a like total for this episode, but if we could get as many likes as physically possible on this, just to celebrate the release of FM15, that would be glorious. As for a question of the day. Now, I'm not going to do on today's video, but I do want suggestions. So if you've got any ideas for a question of the day, what that basically is a question that you ask me, but I then answer it and put it back out to the floor to get your guys' opinions. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be football. Obviously, it's nice if it's football or Football Manager related, but it doesn't have to be really. It could be literally anything within reason. So there we go. So now that you've seen the highlights, something I've noticed immediately about the game. I don't know whether that's just something I've noticed over the 3 matches or whether that's just going to be a thing. So basically, we've obviously lost or won the games 1-0 so far, but there seems to be a very few goals in the games that you play. But in the other games, there are massive amounts of goals. Like, there were barely any goals when we started this, but unfortunately now, we can't beat small teams by big goal margins, but other small teams, yeah, it's kind of annoying. England beat San Marino 12-0, for example. Bosnia put 10 past Andorra. Belgium put, there's a lot of goals going in unless it's in the games that you're playing, and that seems to be the case at the moment. I don't know if that's going to continue or whether that's just because it's a pure coincidental pattern that I've noticed so far. So let's take a little look at what we've been doing. So basically this is the tactic that I've been kind of going with so far. Now obviously I'm open to suggestions, of course I am, because how would I not be? So basically this is just the general shape. If you have any ways that you think we can improve that or ways that we might make that better, then please do drop them in the comments. I usually don't do this because I just get 50 different people's opinions and they all contradict each other, but at this situation I'm open to anything because frankly I'm struggling. Now remember, this is FM16. Tactical ideas may not carry over that well. I've obviously tried to use some of the things I learned on the last year's game to try and make a tactic. However, at the moment we're still sort of struggling a little bit. It doesn't help at international teams when you've got injuries, and I haven't had any friendlies to try out the tactic yet. We've had to jump straight into qualifying games. Also, just remember, I don't pretend to be any good at this game. I just like playing it for you guys, so just bear that in mind. What is this here? Okay. So I've been still exploring all the menus and options and stuff. It's vastly improved. There's some really good options I've been really enjoying. Some of the menus are fantastic. It's just really, really enjoyable so far. So I've scouted a lot of the other Welsh players that weren't already part of the national pool. So we've managed to make the national pool now 700 instead of 111. So that means we've got more players to choose from. Most of them aren't any good, but that's irrelevant at this point. I can't wait till the youth intake because I'm going to scout the crap out of those Welsh players and see if we can find any gems that are going to come into something because we've got plenty of time. Plus, if we do get to tournaments, I'll do it in the same kind of way that I did Belgium, which means that we might get less in an episode. Well, you'll still get games, but it means that I might be able to do some double upload days because of the easier it will be to make. It won't be immediately because obviously it's going to take me a while to get into the swing of things with FM16, but don't worry, I am planning that. So, without further ado, let me just go to the match preview screen. So, as you can see, here's how it stands. We are 3 points clear of both Bosnia and Israel. Now, the problem we've got is if Bosnia beat Andorra today, which let's face. Oh, sorry. If Bosnia beats Cyprus today, which they will because they're at home, probably by a large margin, because then we've got issues. We have to get a point, because if we lose, we could potentially slip to 4th, which would knock us completely out of the qualification spots. We were very close to getting something against Bosnia, but it just wasn't quite there. And unfortunately, we're still working out the tactic against Belgium, but did well to only lose 1-0, to be honest. So it's going to be difficult. I really want to get there this time, but if we don't, then that's just how it happens. And from what I've managed to ascertain so far, the results we had pre us coming into the game weren't actually stock still. They were just randomly generated results, basically. It runs a simulation every single time, so that could have easily been much worse. Basically, because the reason I found that out is because I actually made a new version of this save because I thought I'd buggered it up, but it turns out I hadn't. And I looked on that one and I noticed that we actually had the same number of points, but the results were different, which means that those results could have gone other ways too. So there we go. Let's go to team selection. So that's an interesting lineup from Israel. Now, the other problem we've got is that Gareth Bale is injured. We've got a few players that are needing rest, but right now we have no chance to do that. Bale is not available. Bradshaw may have to go up front, but would I rather play Vokes? Is he that much better? He's a little bit better. And he's done okay for us in the 2 games. He scored the goal against Cyprus, one of the 3 goals we've seen in these 3 matches. Ramsey's important. Now, I'm not entirely sure about this position. Again, if you've got any ideas on ways that I can improve this shape, then do let me know. I'm really, really up for that, because I'm not going to be recording any more videos until tomorrow now, so I'll actually be able to implement them immediately, I hope, provided they are sort of, reasonably sensible. Obviously, not many of you will have an idea either, because you've all got the same game at the same time as me, so it's a little bit difficult. Now, we are away from home, and we're going to play counter to start with, because I wanted to try and do that since we're generally going to be playing teams that are better than us. However, little changes I want to make. So firstly, we're going to drop push slightly higher up because we've got pacey players and we can actually get away with it. I found that when we drop too deep, it didn't work. The tempo is going to be a little bit more switched. We're not going to shoot on sight or anything like that. We are going to retain possession though, and we're going to turn off pass into space. Even though we're playing counter, it just didn't seem to work for us so far. I'm of course waiting for corner instructions. I have set them up, but that's just me going random with it because I'm shocking at that kind of thing. So we'll just have to hope. Now, he's not fully fit. Okay. Oh, crap. I forgot. I didn't realise I put Vokesy in. Let me just replace him with Tom Bradshaw. Now, Tom Bradshaw is a guy that plays for Man United, I believe. Nope, apologies. That was the other guy. That was Lawrence. Tom Bradshaw plays for... Who does he play for, actually? Let me check. Okay, he plays for Walsall, interestingly, but he's not awful. And he's done a job for us where we've needed it, unfortunately. So, we've got some good players, but we've also got some players that aren't quite, perhaps, so good. The annoying thing is, sometimes you mistake that for being good, but in fact, look, David Cotterill is a full green, but he's actually only 2 stars, so that's important. That's a massive change that completely threw me to start. I was like, how on earth is Sam Vokes better than Gareth Bale? Took me a little while to figure that one out, guys. Jesus Christ. Right, without further ado, let's get into this so we don't go on forever. Now, let me just make sure we got, not camera, we want to turn replays back on to goal action. There's some new cameras as well, and I'm really loving the Pro Zone stuff, but I'll talk to you guys about that in a sec. I'll pick a strong team. They're playing a back 3. Interesting, actually. Exploit the flanks may actually come in handy here, because we can get him behind, so you never know. Right, I'll take him to do that one, then I'll do these ones myself. Actually, I'm just going to be calm about this now. I'll be passionate about the midfielders, see if they get more reaction. No, really? I don't want to scare them. Yeah, go on, Tom. Oh dear. What do you mean you seem confused? Do you not know what a goal is, love? Okay, moving on, let's just get into this now. So yeah, basically, some of the new features I'm really liking. The Pro Zone stats are really cool, because they're so... accurate, basically. Robson Kanu, we could probably push up really wide. That's an idea for me later on, I'm thinking. If we could push our wide men right into these spaces here, it's going to force their wide midfielders back to try and track them, in theory. That's the hope, anyway. We're keeping a lot of the ball so far. Here we go. Chance for Israel, though. Natko ball in, cleared away. Natko again, Hemed's through. What a save from Jamie Darlow. We've gone through a couple of goalkeepers due to Hennessy's injury, which is frustrating. Joe Allen is also out for like 2 months, so that's why you won't be seeing him at the moment. Now, we've got to keep an eye on the other scores, because at the moment we're going through, but that does not mean anything yet. We're quite pushed high up with these free kicks, actually. I've noticed a few little things that are a bit irritating so far, which is, for example, something that we saw on the beta last year, which was when a player brings the ball down, defenders don't seem to go near him. Like, I've had a situation in the Bosnia game where a player brought the ball down about here. The ball ran past 2 defenders who just stood there and watched it and waited for the guy to catch up for it. How is that onside? Dabbers through. Oh my god, he scored. How is that in... Oh, wow. Oh, he's offside. Thank God for that. Munas Dabur there for Israel, nearly giving them the lead, but it looked offside to me. And, of course, we're going to get a highlight. Ooh, hello. It's got all frosted glass. It's like peering through someone's bathroom window. Anyway, this could take a little while because this is the first time I've actually loaded the highlights. Now, I've turned all the graphics up to completely maximum, so hopefully it's going to look tasty. So yeah, just a little offside there, mate, if you don't mind. Oh, it's nice and smooth. I don't know if it will come out that way in the video, of course, because it will be 30 FPS as opposed to 60, just because of file size and whatnot. So, what can we change so far? They're looking the better team. Right, I'm going to just have to make some tactical changes. We're going to have to. Robson Carno's booked already. We need to play it out wide. I'm still getting used to this as well, because it's a little bit more confusing. I'm also going to turn it off of structured, because I think if we go to fluid, it might give us a bit more of a chance at getting a bit more, well, fluidity to the play. We might need them to roam a little bit, purely because we're not getting enough players up in support, and that might actually be under individual player instructions, but from what I can remember, I wasn't able to do a lot. Ah, there we go. Get further forward. Although I couldn't do that with the other one because that's already in part of his game. So it's interesting, and we have made some tactical changes. This tactic is going to take a long time to perfect. I'm going to say perfect because that's not really the play. Oh, hello, that's an interesting set piece set up. It's been cleared away, and oh, come on. It's Ben Sahar now. I don't know why the number 6, again, they seem to run away from the ball rather than attacking it because they're so desperate to get back into position. Natko, round the side for Hemed. That's surely too tight of an angle to score from. Technically counts as a clear-cut chance, but we're hanging on in here. I'm still working out a way to get past them. Unfortunately, away games, we've just been really poor. Even against Cyprus, we weren't that good. We only hit the target once in that match, and it was actually the goal. Admittedly, we've had some chances that have gone very, very close to that. Unfortunately, they're not liking me as much yet, so it's taken a little while for this to sort of... but the point is, we're actually doing okay. Right, they've gone back to a 4-4-2, so this might actually play into our... Someone told me, this was completely on the last game, but apparently, if you exploit the middle... that can actually work really well against 4-4-2s. So, I'm going to give it a crack, basically. See if it works on FM16 or whether there's a lot more tweaks that need to be done with that one. Natko. As it stands, though, at the moment, people, and also, bear in mind, Bosnia, unless that game isn't being played currently, that might explain it. Although they have still played 10, are amazingly still drawing at home to Cyprus. So as things stand currently, we are actually going to qualify automatically. Now, that could all change because Israel are looking really solid in the second half. They've made a change so far. But we're not looking... As much as they've had a couple of chances, their only real good opportunity was from such a tight angle it was never going to go in. And they've had the offside goal. Natko now. I was expecting this to be us for a second there. Cleared away. Robson Carno could get a break on for Wales here. Go on, son. Clip it out wide for Bradshaw. Go on, get it back to him. There we go. Robson Carno. Support coming up. King. He's got 2 players out wide. Do not lose the ball here, lads. Ramsey. That's it. Got support. He's been fouled by Gershon. Oh, he sent him off. I tell you what, guys. We might have a chance here. I'm just going to go on control to make sure that we don't... Yeah, I don't want to sit too deep against them because we are on control, of course. If we could get a winner here, that would guarantee us a place in the Euros. And it would also probably end up being the 4th 1-0 game I've played. But there you go. I'm surprised that was a red card. Perhaps that's another mechanic that needs tweaking a little bit before the full release of the game. Robson Carno, can he turn it back across the box? He can. Cleared away. Talban Haim, one of them, I don't know which one, clears it. We're going to make some subs in a minute, but I just want to see how this plays out, because if we score here, my substitutions may vary. Bradshaw turns, Bradshaw scores! Israel 0, Wales 1, and with that, we would be at Euro 2016. Apologies if the logo doesn't appear properly, I still need to update my logo pack a little bit. What a moment that is. Ramsey drops it in, Bradshaw, the Warsaw player, scores the goal that could put Wales into the Euros for the first time in, evers. I think it was 1976. That they played in a version of it. Now, another thing you'll like is the substitution suggestion. So Ramsey's knackered, so we're going to get him off, and it means we get Emir Hughes on. Now, we're lacking a bit in midfield because of the injuries we've had, which is a little bit shitty, but what can you do? Is anyone playing particularly poorly? Robson Carno's on a yellow, so have we got anyone that can come on? Isgrove can probably come on as well. But yeah, so at the moment, we now have to concede 2 goals against an Israel team with 10 men in order to go out, and that doesn't mean it won't happen. Just saying that every game I've played so far on FM16 has ended 1-0, including the draft mode I played. So yeah, 15 minutes, can we survive? But bear in mind, Bosnia are actually going to finish in 3rd, and Israel won't qualify at all unless they get an equaliser here. Headed away. Morley. Now remember, of course, my set-piece instructions are a little bit jadey. Oh wow. I think that was actually the chance. My set-piece instructions are certainly not perfect. I just sort of set it up how I would like to see them score the goals, or defend them, but unfortunately... You know, the ones that worked the best in FM15 were kind of ones that were a bit counterintuitive, unfortunately. Bradshaw turns. Lovely spread out wide for Cotterill. He's got an overlap if he wants it. He finds Richards. Can he get it ball back across? He can. Emir Hughes, what a save. On the line, it's in the back of the net, and Wales are 2 goals to the good. Is it Emir Hughes? It is, the young substitute. I don't know who he's at now. I remember he used to play for Liverpool, because I remember there was a story about that from a while ago. I can't remember what it was about, but... Richards. Oh, that was a brilliant effort from Hughes initially. Got on the rebound, probably should have cleared that on Israel, but we are 2 goals to the good here in what I presume is Tel Aviv. I can't be sure on that one though. 2 goals to the good. We'd have to concede 3 times in the next 12 minutes against 10 men to have a chance at going out. I think we're going to the Euros, people. More than I expected. Cotterill, ball back. This is looking like the system I might be starting to favour a bit more. Hughes pulls it in through. Isgrove blocked. For Richards, it's 3-0 to Wales. What a turnaround in our form. Anyway, Ashley Richards makes it... I love that he's Ashley Richards in here, even though literally everyone knows him as Jazz Richards. It only literally took me a second to realise that. Isgrove blocked it, comes back, and there we go, Richards with the goal, and it is 3-0 to Wales here in Israel, and we are heading to the Euros, and that's perfect, really. You notice I don't have the 3D kits for the teams, but I do have all the other kits for the world teams. I'll have to go and see if there's any 3D kits for them at the moment, but it's a little bit difficult at the moment. And there we go, I think that's it, guys. That should be. Anyway, there we go. Israel 0, Wales 3. Unbelievable stuff. I'm bloody pleased with that. Really, really am. He could take the man of the match one. There we go. Lovely stuff. And that qualifies us automatically for the Euros. Oh, people, that's going to be good. We've been drawn into our qualifying group for the World Cup as well, in case you're interested. Let me just see if we can find it. So there you go. We've got Serbia, Ireland, Georgia, Moldova, and Austria. That's our World Cup qualifying group, but now we've got some extra stuff. So that's great. So in the next episode, guys, it's going to be... You're going to see the highlights of some friendlies, probably, that I'll play up until the start of the Euros, and you'll also see the first game of the Euros, and as well as the draw for who we get in the group in the next episode. That's how I'm going to do it, and then the episode after that will be the next 2 group games, basically, as a sort of double live comp. So there we go, guys. I'm really excited about this. I'm ecstatic that we've got through. I can't believe that we have. So, guys, if you've liked this, please do drop a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe for more goodies like this in your inbox every single day at 7 o'clock in theory. Although this one might not be up at 7, but from now on it will always be 7 o'clock, unless there's a double upload, in which case, who knows? And I'll see you guys in the next episode for some Euro... I don't even know what to call it. Euro amazingness. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.